So, I'm at Fort Caspar Museum, and today I'm going to the Fort Caspar Museum. And here's and I'm gonna show you. Okay, now.
The Battle of Red Buttes, a desperate battle to save a supply train, ended tragically the same day as the battle at Platte Bridge. Sergeant Amos Custer was carrying 5 supply wagons from the Sweetwater Station near Independence Rock. The group came into view of Platte Bridge Station from the direction of Red Buttes about noon on July 26, 1865. Unaware of the morning skirmish, Custer barely had time to assume a defensive position when a large group of Indians attacked. The 4-hour battle ended when the Indians overran the Soviet position. The next day, a detachment from Platte Bridge Station found the bodies of Sergeant Custer and 20 men. The only survivors were 3 of the 5 men on advance patrol from the supply train who made their way here to safety.
You see, there's the teepees, and moving towards the fort. There's the fort. It's basically made of wood, log cabin. These fort buildings were reconstructed on the original sites in 1936 by the Works Progress Administration. The YPA was a government program created during the Great Depression to provide jobs for unemployed. Prior to his death on July 26, 1865, Lieutenant Caspar W. Collins made several diagrams of military posts in Dakota Territory. This reconstruction was based on his diagram of the fort. In November of 1865, the post was known as Platte Bridge Station, was officially renamed Fort Caspar in honor of Lieutenant Collins. So here's one of the cabins. Right. Built in 1862 by civilian trader or settler accompanying the troops from Ohio, it would not have had any direct relations to the Gurnard trading establishment. The settler was franchised by the regiment, moving with troops from one station to another and supplying soldiers with a variety of goods, including clothing, tobacco, food, and liquor. So you see, here's the grocery store. So this is what grocery stores used to look like. Really cool place. Really like it. Wow, really awesome place to be. Really cool place. National Register of Historic Places. Wyoming, place number 46, Fort Caspar. The Gunnard Trading Post. Living Quarters Telegraph Office. Originally built in 1859 by Gunnard for his family private quarters, storeroom, and trading post. Gunnard leased the end room to the Pacific Telegraph Company in 1861 to house the telegraph office. There is a livelihood to the U.S. Army acquired these buildings when Gunnard deported some time between 1862 and 1864. So you see here's one of the living quarters. Really interesting. Here's another. Here's I guess where they would store stuff. Here's the kitchen. I guess you can say that. Or the living places. And here's the sleeping quarters where the soldiers would sleep, and I guess that's where they would play games, and that's where they would get warm during the winter. And then here's the kitchen. That's where they would cook the food. The barracks and kitchen, built onto the existing Gunnard structure in 1862 by the U.S. Army. These three rooms were used as barracks and as a mess hall. The crew bunk slept 2 men to a bed. Soldiers from the 11th Ohio Volunteer Cavalry were stationed here beginning in 1862. The 11th Kansas Volunteer Cavalry, 3rd U.S. Infantry, and 6th U.S. Infantry replaced the Ohio Volunteers in the summer of 1865. So you see here's the bunker, not the bunker, yeah, the bunkers. Is it the bunkers? No, the barracks. Man, I keep thinking bunkers. The commissary, built in by the U.S. Army in 1862, the commissionary storehouse housed the garrison foodstuffs and supplies. A typical army meal on the frontier included hardtack, salt, pork, rice, coffee, beans, and brown sugar. To supplement their army diet, soldiers could purchase food items from the post settler and grow vegetables from small gardens. So you see here's where the produce and stuff was. So here's another store. This must be where the horses were. Really cool. This is where they would clean their clothes. And I guess this is where another living quarters. And here's living quarters, stable, and corral. Originally built for use by the employees, passengers, and draft animals of the Overland Stage Company in 1859, when the stage line was moved further south in 1862, part of the structure was converted by U.S. Army into officer quarters and laundry, retaining the stable and corral. Blacksmith shop and corral served as either a military or civilian establishment engaged in the repair of wagons and shoeing of oxen and mule and horses. The blacksmith shop was an essential industry on the American frontier, which kept immigrants, Pony Express riders, stagecoaches, horse soldiers, and commerce freighters moving along the immigrant trail. So you see, this is where the blacksmith would be. Really, really cool place. Okay, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Okay, so that was the fort I showed you. So I'll see y'all in the next video. And tomorrow I'll be posting a video on my trip to Yellowstone. So guys, I did not go to Yellowstone because it was closed. On the day we went to Cody, we found out on our way to Cody, Wyoming, because of all the flooding, it was closed, so we didn't go to Yellowstone. Instead, we went to and drove through the Grand Tetons. And yeah, okay, I'll see you in the next video.